Alright guys, hello everybody, and thanks so much for tuning in. We have I got some news for y'all, but let me first fix my overlay, and that's AL right here. Team Liquid going up against Absolute Legends next. AL just took out Navi, and Team Liquid lost against Kaipi before, so if Absolute Legends take this match against Team Liquid, then they qualify for the LAN finals. So this is do or die for Team Liquid essentially. So let's watch this game. I heard the game AL versus Navi was pretty freaking epic, and not going to say much more to that, but Team Liquid just now against Kaipi, that's the game I can't comment on. Kaipi just looked very strong. We had Eternal Envy standing in as a hard carry on Phantom Lancer, and TL looked pretty bleak against what Kaipi was pulling off there. So it looked pretty good. And now we have again Team Liquid with their second chance to stay inside the race for the LAN finals for the RaidCall EMS 1, this time around against AL, who are coming off a high of a victory over arguably the strongest team in Europe right now in Navi. Let's jump into the draft, guys. Here we have it. We already have a few picks and bans underway. TL have the second pick, so they actually grabbed themselves Shariam and Nature's Prophet, as opposed to Absolute Legends' Gyrocopter first pick. The bans: Nyx Bat from TL and Carl Wisp from AL. Magnus Rubik second and third pick from AL. So they have a strong hard carry for the late game. PL still in the pool, but Gyro does pretty well against him. Magnus has an AoE nuke also with his Shockwave, the ulti, also a great team fight one at that. Rubik, one of the strongest supports in the game, so their lineup looking pretty strong so far. And keep in mind the psychological advantage that Absolute Legends have so far.
5 seconds.
So yes. SD, Nature's Prophet, as I said earlier, got picked up by a TL. Third pick now coming up. They could go for the Phantom Lancer right now if they wanted to. But the question is, do they want to? Nyx, still in the pool. One pretty strong hero, Swords of Darks here. Might they want to go for him? Dota Woohoo, letting us know that the stash has got this game, but does he? I mean, last game, Team Liquid versus Kaipi, on paper, that was like a 90% win rate for Team Liquid, and still they lost. So that is Dota for you guys. Alright, so now we're in the second ban phase. His third pick for Team Liquid was the Puck, so some counter initiate coming in, some silence, AoE lockdown ultimate, and much elusiveness out of the little guy. Third ban from Liquid, actually the Alchemist, so maybe a pocket strat from AL that they don't want to run into, not so sure. Nyx banned out from AL as a third, so a very popular hero as a hard carry, even though in the past few days he's kind of fallen out of favor with the top teams. And AL, not only did he take out the Nyx, but also the Phantom Lancer. Darkseer, fourth ban for Liquid. The thing is, if you play a Puck, then you usually are very dependent upon the ping. I'm not saying that, ping has a, hugely significant impact on the game, but a Puck is a hero where, every millisecond really matters, especially with the phase shift. If you want to phase shift out of an ultimate from Magnus, for example, you would want to make sure you are playing on a server that's close to you. Just saying. Then
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
And overall, I'm liking AL's lineup, and still, you gotta again reconsider. Team Liquid just lost a game, AL just won a game. AL won not just any game, but they won a game versus Navi, which is quite powerful. Green Attacker's prayer has been answered. We're not going to be seeing a Phantom Lancer. Liquid overrated. Is IX Snipe 88 stream cheating? Why? Why do you think that? I'm not from the Czech Republic. My Czech is just my last name, but I'm from Germany. And the ban phase is over. Last bans were the Lone Druid from Liquid and the Clockwork from AL. Aramitha wants to know, how did Liquid lose? It's hard to say, but essentially, Kaipi played a very strong game. And Eternal Envy, I think a big factor as to
10
why Kaipi was able
seconds
to win that game
remaining.
was because Envy shut down Bulma's long lane solo
5
Darkseer.
seconds remaining.
I mean, Darkseer, about 10 minutes into the game, he only had 3 last hits. That was pretty bad. And that was not only any, Bulma couldn't do anything about it. We had Bane babysitting the PL on top. The wards were great for Kaipi, the aggressive lane ward, and Envy quickly went for some Tranquil Boots, which meant that he was able to stand right up close personal to the creep with the Iron Shell and just deny all his creeps. He had like half of his normal last hits were denies. So if he had 80 last hits on creeps, he had like 40 denies. And that kept Boba down a great chunk, and I think that very much contributed to the victory for Kaifi. But overall, all of them played a very strong game. Zizu played strong support. Bone 7 had a jungling Batrider that was very effective in the pickoffs once he had his blink. So it looked just very strong. AL, Gyro, Magnus, Rubik, and Enigma now with the 4th pick. Synergizes very well with Magnus. And the Gyro ultimate. Green attacker asking where is Luna. Well, maybe Team Liquid will pick her up right now.
10 seconds remaining.
The sack.
Radiant team pick.
So there's that Leshrac pick for Team Liquid. Synergizes very well with the Shadow Demon. Although I would have liked to see Alina instead of a Leshrac, because that burst damage could come in very handy to shut down an Enigma or even a Rubik before they're able to impact the game that much. I mean, that burst damage that the Lina ultimate gives you is very potent and has a lot of implications on the gameplay. If you are AL there with that big teamfight lineup and you go up against the Shadow Demon Lina combination, then it will immediately influence the positioning of your Enigma and Rubik player. Because if Lina and Shadow Demon get smoked up and flank you, then you're essentially screwed. And if Enigma or Rubik are done, and the teamfight starts off 4v5, then you almost have no chance to take it. You're utterly dependent upon the burst damage and the utility that both Enigma and Rubik give you. Rubik gives you the burst damage, Enigma most of the utility in teamfight ultimate. But yeah, last pick from AL is actually going to be an anti-mage, so I wasn't expecting that one. So AM is the last pick. Keep my eyes on the chat. So it seems like you guys are liking the fact that I try to interact with the chat as much as possible. I appreciate that, but even though you do like that I do that, I still don't understand. You know, as I said before, I'm going to repeat it once more. Consider yourselves co-casters. So if we're watching the draft right now, then let me know what you want, what you wanna see, what you like or dislike about the draft. Again, if there's anything that I find relevant and it catches my eye, I will totally discuss that on stream. So, yeah. Emorax Q wants to see Team Liquid go for Magnus Sven. That's not quite possible, good sir, because AL has their hands on the Magnus. But Team Liquid certainly taking their sweet time for their last pick right now, because AL, they have a very solid lineup. Very, very solid. Not exactly sure they want to lane it, though. And yeah, I agree with Void Zero here. Lesh is not so good with a bad ping. I mean, his attack animation is long as hell as it is. But if you have a bad ping, then playing Leshrac is hell. It really is.
5 seconds remaining.
Shadow Fiend.
Liragen, hell yes, Enigma. I did miss you, he says. I agree. I like seeing Enigma competitive play, and the last pick from Team Liquid is actually going to be a Shadow Fiend. Interesting. TC playing the Shadow Fiend. Korok on Puck in mid. Shadow Fiend on the safe lane. That is going to be good. Oh boy. let me have a quick drink here before we start into this game number 2 of the night for the playoffs, day number 2 for the RaidCall EMS 1. Again, my name's Epi. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Appreciate it highly. Please support me at Epi Commentary on Twitter and like me on Facebook. You can find me there under the name of Epi Commentary. Gonna have a drink quick.
Prepare for battle.
So, good luck, have fun gets called up by Boba. This time around, he's playing the Nature's Prophet. Last game, Fluff was playing him. Boba, he was busy playing the Darkseer. And Rise, he's playing our Gyrocopter. Again, congratulations to Absolute Legends for taking out Na'Vi. AL have been around for a very long time. And it's just nice to see that they finally get a little bit of reward also. The hard work pays off. Han Solo, by the way, he's actually Unicorn XOXO. In case you're wondering who that is, Miracle playing the Rubik. Then, as mentioned, Rise on Gyrocopter toward the middle lane. We got Miguel on the Magnus. And Mania, we'll be seeing him on Enigma. So, over onto the North American counterpart, Team Liquid. Again, just coming off of a loss versus Kai P. Will be led by their captain Fluff on Leshrac, IX Mike on Shadow Demon. He plays a very solid Shadow Demon. With the middle lane Korok on Puck. Boba, long lane Solo, Nature's Prophet, and that will leave TC on the Shadow Fiend. So, looking forward to that, my friends. Game number 2 of the night is starting off right now with Korok missing the block. Wow. So we have 1.1k viewers watching Absolute Legends coming up off a win from Na'Vi, now up against Team Liquid. Again, thank you so much for watching and for your support for the teams. Let's hope for a great game. So Korok not having any problems in utilizing his phase shift properly. Miracle now coming in. There is the telekinesis, pulling him back up, but dropping on the same spot. And Korok just eats some right click and some damage in the mid. He still has a salve though, and again, the Null Talisman is in his inventory just for extra early game last hitting power. IX Mike stacked this up, now going for the pull, and yes, that timing might actually just be perfect. Good job by IX Mike. That creep wave is entirely done for. So one whole creep wave denied toward Absolute Legends, but since there's not even a hero up on the long lane, it doesn't do that much. So the only side benefit you could have from this is last hitting the creeps that the creep wave might kill, but the creep wave isn't even going to get a single creep kill here. So yeah. Middle lane, we might see a gank from Liquid right now onto Miguel if he overextends a little bit. The chicken is coming up with a bottle, and if it goes total disaster, then Miguel might... Okay, he actually goes toward the chicken. I was just going to say, the worst thing that could happen is Magnus dying as a first blood. And Liquid getting the courier kill also. Bottle crowing already started by Miguel. And the supports under the smoke moving back up. And now the pings go out. So Miguel is safe in mid. Down on bottom in the meantime. We got Rise on the gyro supporting actually the anti-mage. So 13 last hits on him, Rise only 2.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
A lot of pressure on this tier 1 down here. Puck, or rather Korok, phase shifts himself away, back toward the tier 1 tower, whereas on top lane, there's a crowd lot of push coming out of Liquid. Edict, they should fortify this right away. Alright, they don't fortify this. So that was the most damage that was coming out. They're saving their glyph at this point. TP is coming toward the bottom. Deny attempted by Boba. He's going to get it! He gets the deny on bottom tier 1. That's a huge victory for Boba. Perfect timing there, and you were just able to see it. I mean, you saw the TP timing so flawlessly and majestic coming in. And if you shift Q with the right click attack there, which you obviously did, Korok goes down the mid though. You deny them a tower, they deny you your mid lane. But immediately TC has the answer with his team as they take their tier 1 on top. So that's some pretty good stuff. So TC on top lane, 25 last hits, AM sitting at 22, so Han Solo will try to go for the fastest Battle Fury that he's ever seen. Miguel mid, Courier coming out, delivers some boots. Some nice shoes, so he can move about more efficiently, a little bit more quick. While we see Rise just pulling and getting his experience out of the woods, trying to do his best right here. We got the flak canning prioritized over the rocket barrage, so he wants to dish out some good amounts of damage to neutral creeps and creep waves alike. Korok 9 for 7, Magnus 14 for 5, and Miracle babysitting his middle solo mid here a little bit. A lot of items flying out for Absolute Legends, and now Liquid is rotating into the middle lane. Boba has the TP ready so he can join in, and Fluff now leading the charge in. Yes, that's perfect movement here. IX Mike should be first. Miguel no mana, he's in trouble. There's the disruption. Fluff going in for the stun. Perfect timing. Miguel gets stunned off. He's pretty tanky though, but he doesn't have the mana for the skewer. The skewer might save his life. The silence is here. Miguel, is he gonna live? I don't think it's gonna be possible. Puck gets the last hit and Magnus drops the middle lane, but that was so close. Miguel almost able to survive through that. And to be honest, if he had a magic stick there, he would have lived. No doubt about it. The magic stick would have saved his life. So 200 gold for a life. Pretty much worth it. So, but you know, if you're in the solo mid, a magic stick that early isn't very meta. It doesn't happen that often is what I'm trying to say. 0-1-1 now on Magnus, 15 for 5. Korok now 15 for 9. So that gank really helped him out. He's out-leveling Magnus now too. So you gotta say again, or just gotta point out that Absolute Legends just beat Na'Vi and Team Liquid just lost against Kaipi. So TL has to win this if they want to remain in this. Middle lane Korok gets skewered back. TP in from Boba. Ulti thrown up by Korok before he was able to exchange position with his orb. Miracle. He's probably gonna go down. Right clicks coming through. Puck gets the kill, and Team Liquid in the middle lane helping out their teammates. Rubik, the only one to go down here in that middle engagement. The rune for 6 minutes coming up in about 5 seconds. So we have Team Liquid scouting up the top. 1-0. Regen on top. Korok will be very happy about this. Bottom lane, Anti-Mage, 42 last hits. 1500 gold, 1600 gold on him, plus the Ring of Health. Shadow Fiend going for a very fast, what's it called? Shadow Blade. I was going to say Lothar's Edge, but yeah, TC doing pretty good on his farm. Most farmed here on the map so far, even 22 denies. Korok on mid really profited off of those ganks in mid. Miracle dewarding the sentries inside the top river. Oh man, Korok in trouble. Goes down. Fluff with the retaliatory stun was way too late, but what's important is that it missed. In the meantime, Anti-Mage. The T1 tower is already down, but you know, I think that's the reason why he's holding the creep wave back. If the T1 tower on bottom was still standing, then I think we would see Anti-Mage applying more pressure on the lane. But since the tier 2 is a lot more tanky and deals a lot more damage, I don't think he feels confident in pushing the lane that far out. I don't think that Unicorn feels like he would profit off of the fact that you know, profit off of him pushing the lane down. Anti-Mage keeping up on farm, and Enigma showing why he's the fastest jungler in the game. Fluff needs to hit the stun on Miracle. Does time it perfectly. Korok is here and gets the last hit also. So 3 for 2 right now. And Rubik died a third time, no, second time.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Down on bottom, still Anti-Mage farming away. Already has a Claymore, so he needs 1200 plus a Void Stone, and he's good. Up here, how's Bobo looking? Already has his hand on Midas. So let's have a look at the gold per minute. And we will see that still Enigma is just a little bit ahead of Boba. But Boba's farm is very impressive. Miguel, level 8, sorry. Empty Bottle. And Korok actually snags that haste rune right out from under Gyrocopter. I don't know if that was actually, if that should have been possible. TC in the meantime has a Shadow Blade completed, has it being sent out to him right now. That is a 8-minute Shadow Blade, guys. And he should move back into the fog after this creep wave, pick up that Shadow Blade, and then rotate and go for a gank. He needs to make this item worthwhile. It functions similarly to a dagger, where if you pick it up, it can bring a lot of benefits. There's sentry wards up on Miracle. There's no dust on the enemy team. The courier might even be too late. TC gonna die before the courier is there. Stun from Manias are gonna be there. The chicken is coming in, but the black hole also used, and TC goes down. The chicken not capable of delivering that Shadow Blade in time. So a very successful gank for Absolute Legends. Miracle almost dead. Rotation from Korok. He's hasted. He's not gonna find him. Yeah, he just went for a check there. Liquid Courage saying sick split earth. So yeah, I agree. That was pretty sick. I know exactly which one you're talking about, my friend. I know exactly which one you're talking about. So yeah, there's that Shadow Blade on TC. I guess the one thing he has got going for him is that the enemy team still doesn't know that he has such amazing farm. 450 gold per minute, 9 minutes into the game. There's the disruption right now. Han Solo, is he going for the TP? It's not going to be possible. Great chain stun from Liquid. And they kill Anti-Mage. That's the least that TL needed to do here in order for them to stay in the game, early on at least. And now Liquid, 4 heroes on bottom, Fluff. A few seconds before the edict comes out. And still we got the glyph up on AL, but they're not going to waste it. And they're going to waste it. So all they do is delay the tower being pushed. TC gets the last hit on this tier 1 tower on bottom lane. AL, they're going to go for the tier 1 tower. Ult used by Korok. He's going to try and go for the deny. Silence hits on Miracle as well as Mania. We got Fluff coming in. Tower being attempted to be denied by Leshrac, and he gets it denied too. And AL need to def out. They need to back out. Good trade for TL. And that's all brought to you by the team captain denying that tier 1 tower in mid. Proceed. Letting us know where everybody on Team Liquid is from. TC, Western Canada. Calgary, to be exact. Fluff, California. Cali. Ix, Mike, Michigan. Boba, Northern Carolina. I think he's, that's where AC is also from. And then Korok from Virginia. Virginia. I don't even know if that's the accent they speak with. I just felt like imitating some sort of accents. Alright, now the bottom being pinked by Mania. He has a mech up also, which reminds me, let's check the items. Anti-Mage shows himself in mid. Shadow Demon coming in. There might be a bait though. Might be a bait. IX Mike is here. 3 heroes from Team Liquid, 5 from AL. If Liquid goes in, they can only lose. Oh, they're gonna get caught. IX Mike might be. Oh, Mania! You don't go for the stun. Now Korok gets stunned. Miracle gonna get nuked. TC turns around. Call out on 3 heroes. IX Mike loses a lot of HP. Rise under attack. Han Solo not so sure if he wants to go in or not. Now we have 4 heroes from Liquid here. The 5th is still inside the enemy jungle. Oh, Silence out on the Miggle. The ulti would be ready. The stun from Fluff hits, and the ulti almost kills Puck. And the nuke from Magnus is enough to finish him off. AL at least gets something out of it. Good play by Magnus. An amazing nuke by our Miggle here. What a tremendous game by him. So how are things looking still? In terms of gold per minute, Shadow Fiend, leader of the pack, 110. Aquila, Shadow Blade, Magic Stick, Power Treads. That's a very farmed Shadow Fiend, I must say. And even Boba, 3rd most farmed hero, almost as much farm as the Anti-Mage. So he actually overtook Mania in his farm, and he's also going for a Shadow Blade. So never underestimate Boba's mid to late game impact on the Nature's Prophet. It is sick. I mean, personally I really like Boba's Nature's Prophet. It is incredibly powerful. Shadow Fiend still farming away. 28 souls on him. And how's Anti-Mage looking? Just now, 30 minutes into the game, we have the Void Stone just flying out. I was just gonna say that was the full-on Battle Fury, but it's still just the Void Stone. So he is 600 gold away from the Battle Fury, which would mean about a 15-minute About 15 minutes, and he will have into the game, and he will have his Battle Fury. And for a free farming anti-mage, 15 to 16 minutes Battle Fury is relatively late, I must say. And I think that's mostly owed to the fact that, one, he got killed, and secondly, AL was hanging around the bottom here, looking to bait out a fight. OMG, it's Rob. North Carolina, also known as North Kakalaki. And people are laughing. I don't get the joke. What's the joke, guys? Let me know. Explain it to me like I'm dumb. Kevin's Orbofan. You still didn't tell me how to pronounce your name. North Carolina, throw your hands up, take your shirts off, and spin around like your head like a chopper. Okay. You're freaking out there, good sir?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh yeah, people just saw the Magnus snipe off from the puck. That was pretty sick, wasn't it? Top 2 might be in trouble. Korok coming in. 1100 gold. Int treads. Bottle, magic wand, and an all. Boba still farming away. 1400 gold. The Midas is off cooldown. Claymore will have his Shadow Blade relatively soon. The Gyro hasn't died yet. Hasn't gotten a kill, and Korok is in trouble. Stun from Mania is coming in. And the ult to use also. So they really want to see him dead. And I like that usage of the Black Hole. It's nothing flashy. Not like a big teamfight Black Hole. But it is a functional Black Hole, so it secured themselves the kill, made it impossible for Korok to phase out, and it secures himself, in turn, a Tier 1 tower. So, Mania being the conservative and experienced pro that he is, and just going for the non-flashy but yet very effective usage of the Black Hole. Cubes4 is saying inside the chat, Liquid is actually playing really well, seemingly not bothered by the lag. And I agree. They are doing pretty good. But then again, if you look at the gold graph here, it is in favor of AL slightly. And that was all the gold in the kill on Korok. And the experience also in their favor. And they also have the anti-mage. So Boba, after the Shadow Blade, I think his next item ought to be a Hex. I think he really needs one. Smoke now used by Liquid. Heading down toward the bottom. If you look at their warding, it's pretty good. AL is completely blind at this point. Miggle blinks in. He needs to skewer right now. Ult used by Ike's Mike. He skewers himself up there. Signs from Korok way too late. That might have been either just a fail on his part or the ping. But he does make up for it by chasing after the Magnus and throwing out the ulti. Bobo was there also for fast reaction, the right clicks. So they get themselves a payout for the smoke, and they get the kill on Magnus.
Pull roots and run.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Tier 1 amid in trouble. TC dishing out 184 damage per right click. On his way toward the BKB. Fluff coming in. Now we have the glyph used. AL want to defend this. Mania. No Black Hole though. 70 seconds down. The silence, the waning rift stolen by Rubik. But in the end, it's not enough. The tier 1 in mid goes down. TP's back from TL. And there's that Battlefield up on Unicorn. 17 minutes in, so he has had it for about 1 minute at least. Oh! Angry Platons. Kevin Zorbo fan. So he's writing his nickname. Kevin Zorbo fan is Kevin Zorbo fan. Kevin Zorbo is an actor he was Hercules back in the 90s. So I think I know which one you're talking about. I was thinking about Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was playing Conan, but that was not him. So I don't know who played Hercules back in the 90s. But thanks for clearing that up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Force team fight now, called by Greed and Attacker. And the green attacker letting us know that he feels that Bulba actually gonna go for an Orchid next. We will see, my friend. Orchid could be okay, especially against an anti-mage. Yeah, it might actually be an Orchid. That's a good call, to be honest. Level 8 now on Rubik. No spell stolen. An anti-mage on his way to a Yasha. And Team Liquid, they need to be feeling this sense of urgency right now. And I think once SF has a BKB, which is not far off, 1 minute, then we will see a TL forcing a team fight. You can rest assured. IX Mike, items flying out. He hasn't died once yet. 004. Perfect support game here. Fluff 003 also hasn't died yet. On his way toward a mech. Korok though 4-4 and 0, but he does at least have a blink dagger. Now at the Roshan pit, we might see a fight. Miguel scouting out the pit. Ancients being farmed by Team Liquid altogether. 5-5. 19 minutes into the game. Here's the items, guys. Gold, experience. And AL now showing themselves in the middle lane. Blink now also on Magnus. Mania. Still just the mech. Item flying out to anti-mage. That would be the Yasha. And within the next 2 minutes, we will see a huge team fight. TC, BKB up, we're going to see it very soon. If AL continue pressuring this middle tier 2, then we're going to see a team fight right here. Anti-mage far off though. TC going quite far in there. Invis, Korok throws out the ulti onto Mania. Bulba comes in. Black hole by Mania. It's going to get used. No, he gets silenced by Korok just in time. Mania hesitated a little bit too long. Call down, completely whiffing. No, it does hit Bulba. The silence thrown by Miracle. Bulba might be in trouble, but Magnus also goes down. AL getting outplayed by Liquid and an ulti by TC. Doesn't hit anything by the looks of, maybe Rise a little bit. Blink after by Korok. They finish off the gyro, and it's 3-4-2 in the end. Miracle gets a kill, then dies afterwards. 3 heroes down for Liquid, 4 down for AL, 1 buyback used by Team Liquid, and they immediately go for Roshan. The DD rune on SF really helping out. Still Bulba, no items in sight just yet. And that's due to that buyback. The BKB on TC really paid off for itself. So that was a pretty bad fight for Absolute Legends, and I think Mania actually hesitated a millisecond too long there. I think he could have gone for the black hole, but then actually he tried to get the perfect positioning. But if you go up again, if you move in against the puck, trying to go for a black hole, you take every chance you get, and you don't freaking think about it. You just go for it, because puck just can one click insta silence you. So just go for it. So if you look at the minimap, all tier 1 towers are down, but all tier 2s are still up. So this is right now a battle for map control. And to be honest, this is one of the things that AL actually exceeds at a lot. They have a lot of experience on their team. They understand the game, they understand minimap movement, and as you can see, it's almost a mirror movement here. Both teams hitting each other's tier 2 at the same time. 4 on bot, 4 on top. But TC will probably, not TC, but Liquid will probably be able to push faster. Korok coming for the defense. So yeah, bottom tier 2 gonna go down, top tier 2 gonna remain up. So all 5 heroes from Absolute Legends now backing out. Unicorn needs about 340 gold, then he will have his Manta style. He's waiting for the ancient camp to respawn now in 2 seconds time, I think. No, he's heading back even further. He's looking toward that farm on the bottom lane. Miracle with the gem, by the way, preparing that. So what do you have so far? Now the Crystal is picked up by TC next. So Shadowblade, BKB, Chrysalis, And I think at this point the Shadow Fiend does a lot of damage, and he's capable of taking on the Anti-Mage. So right now I think the pressure's on Absolute Legends to get the AM fat. So TC on his items, Puck, Ultimate Orb, Blink. Leshrac has that mech, and then we have Shadow Blade and Midas on Boba, and we're waiting on the next item to come out. 2,000 gold, he could go for an Oblivion Staff right now, or he could go for the Ultimate Orb first. So that will be the deciding factor. I can smell a Hex in the air. And even Liquid capable of pushing down the tier 2 in mid. I don't know why. That's not really the most worthy trade for AL, because they just lost 2 tier 2s for 1. But Unicorn split pushing them on bottom, but TL doesn't care. They move in toward the mid. They want to get the racks here. They're going to force back the TP. Oh man, Boba and Korok inside the base of Absolute Legends. TP's coming in. Boba goes invis. The mech comes out from Fluff. Not a single hero dead yet. TC has his BKB ready, so is the Shadowblade, and they all back out for now. Middle tier 3 is still standing, doing pretty good. Unicorn finally has his Manta style up. 208 last hits here. Shadow Fiend about to level 16, 2.4k gold, so he might actually complete up his big crit. And I think, to be honest, a large part of this game rests on the shoulders of this guy right here, Emania. His positioning is going to be so clutch. The way that he approaches a team fight, where he stands when the team fights erupt, when a team fight erupts, and how many people he can catch in his ultimate. That will be key. But first milestone in this big mission will be level 11. He needs that. So again, guys, everybody in chat, I want to thank you all for participating and discussing and watching the RaidCall EMS 1 playoffs on my stream. Very thankful for that. If you want to support me, please follow me on Twitter @EpiCommentary. And if there's anything you want to mention about the game, the strategy, or anything in general, just let me know in chat. I keep my eyes on there, and if there's anything I think is relevant, I will bring that into the chat, up in the cast, not the chat. So again, if AL win this game, they qualify for the LAN finals, and that is pretty huge, because AL alongside Kaipi were the absolute underdogs for this group, which was arguably the strongest group in the competition because it had Team Liquid as well as Na'Vi in it. But Liquid right now looking pretty good, so here we go, experience in favor of Liquid, gold also in favor of Liquid, and they push the tier 2 on top right now. And Mania actually opted to go for a BKB instead of that Blink. I would have liked to see a Blink, to be honest. Miracle gets sprouted, he's gonna die. Down he goes, and now Mania needs to be careful. Pak could have laid the ultimate down like this, and they could have kept on they could have continued initiating, but they want to take it slow. They want to take it safe and slow. That's the most important thing here. And now the top tier 3 being pressured. Split push coming out from Han Solo on bot, and I think that he will get the short end of the trade here, because Liquid's push too strong at this point. Tier 3 losing a crap load of HP, sitting at 200, 100, and it's going to go down. Stun goes on to Korok. Rise coming in, Rocket Barrage. Korok might be in trouble. He's going to go down. He already used the phase out, and he didn't have it. Blink, ulti, 2 heroes caught by Liquid, get pulled back by Miguel into a black hole by Mania. What a beautiful position here, and Korok actually disconnected out of the game, and the pause comes from TSC. And, you know, despite that disconnect from Puck, man, was it a beautiful initiation from Miguel. That was awesome. So Korok actually disconnected out of the game, which was probably the reason why he died there. My god. I heard the ultimate from Anti-Mage. He's still chasing, and Fluff also in trouble. My gosh, this is so bad for Liquid. 12 for 10. And AM still chasing, but TC gets out for now. He does have the big crit, but without his 4 teammates, he as a Shadow Fiend is completely useless. He can't go up against this. And as you can see, they even lost a tier 3 on bottom, so that was actually a very, very good trade for AL. Bagels21 in the chat, shout out to you, good point. They don't need Blink if they have RP, so maybe the BKB is a better idea is a better choice for Mania. Good point. Thanks for pointing that out. And we just saw how well that RP works with the Black Hole, especially with the skewer into position. Fuzzy Numpkins, thank you so much for letting us know about the Na'Vi game. Na'Vi game versus Kaipi is 11-6 right now. Down on bottom, Miguel still farming. We have Boba rotating in though. And Korok and TC also. But Miguel being very, very careful. Blinks away in time before Boba is able to do anything about it. Skewers away, Miguel is safe. Completely safe. And there's now a BKB up on Gyro. And I think that is why the support Gyrocopter is so powerful. Because he does deal a lot of damage without a lot of items. And then later on he just needs a BKB and then he's fine. He can throw out a lot of rocket barrages, but call down the right clicks. He's just a support that dishes out a crapload of AoE damage. Yeah, Prankster, I know Han Solo is Unicorn. Thanks for pointing that out. I just feel like calling him Han Solo. If he calls himself that, then I'll call him that too. Oh boy. So again, the goal is coming up sharply back toward Absolute Legends, but still resting within the realms of Team Liquid. But on the other hand, the experience now very much in favor of Absolute Legends. And keep in mind, they have the Anti-Mage. He has a Heart Up, he has a Manta, of course he has the Battle Fury, and TC has Daedalus. But after Anti-Mage got his Heart, it's not nearly as effective as it used to be. Oh my goodness, big teamfight happening. Rise with the ultimate. Miguel skewers himself in there. RP was already used. Now the ulti comes out from TC. The first one to go down is actually Boba. In the back end of play, Mania also takes a fall. Miguel gets done. Fluff, he's going to go down by the looks of it. Ice Mike in trouble. 2 for 2 so far because we had also Miguel dropping. And now Fluff goes down. 4 heroes dead for Team Liquid. We have Puck face shifting away. Goes for the silence, but it's not going to be enough. It's a full-on team wipe for AL, and every single player on Team Liquid squad lose their hero here. And all of that for the 2 team fight heroes for Absolute Legends, Magnus and Enigma. I don't think that's worth it. And I missed the beginning of that. I'm not sure how that team fight even started. But all of a sudden, both teams were heavily invested inside that team fight and weren't able to get out. And obviously, Absolute Legends, they had the advantage from there. Mid-tier 2 in trouble. That will be the last outer tower of the game going down. Goes down to the AM. And after at least this fight, AL is looking in the lead. Have a look at the items one last time here. What do we have here? Rise. The BKB down to 9 seconds. 51 charges, still has his gem and the phase boost as well as the Aquila. But he has 2.4k gold, so what item will he go for next? That is a big question. Again, here are the items. Mania has his BKB in about 50 gold. Very big item. Hex done on Boba. It was a Hex, guys. Called it. Puck also going for the Hex. Once he gets his up and they have 2 Hexes on Team Liquid side, they might have a chance of taking out the AM. Rubik tanking up, beefing up with a Vitality Booster, and now both teams know the next big thing is going to be Roshan. Rise, gets ultied, gets disrupted. The stun misses by Fluff, miscommunication by TL. BKB used by Rise, throws on the call down. Only it's an IX Mike. Han Solo, aka Unicorn, is here though. Goes after TC, who turns out to fight this, goes invisible in the end. Good stun by Fluff. IX Mike on the retreat out. Miguel comes in. The RP is ready. He gets back out of position, looking for the blink in. And TC's gonna get ultied. He's gonna get ultied by Magnus. Where's Miguel? Is he coming in? He's not there just yet. Where is he sitting? IX Mike still dead. TC on very low life. And Absolute Legends, they actually use Miguel's ultimate to get the kill on Boba, the Nature's Prophet. Pretty important pickoff, but yes, no but, he's not able to buy back. So that will be Roshan for AL, and maybe even a Rax. Maybe. I am dead 7. No, Korok didn't disconnect before he died, but I think it happened around the same time. I think his disconnect was the reason why he died there, because I think he still had a phase shift ready, but he didn't use it for some reason. I thought he didn't use it because he had already used it, but I don't think that was the case. Q will no Hoston. AL is not from Han. They've been around for a while. Mania especially. Mania, Miracle, Rise, Miggle. All of them. Those four players have been around for the longest time. Unicorn, the youngest player on their squad in terms of his Dota 2 experience, but he's also been around for a while. Butterfly being attempted now from the anti-mage, sitting level 22, out-leveling the Shadow Fiend 5 levels, and I don't think that Shadow Fiend can out-carry a AM if he's under-leveled in comparison. So this might be Team Liquid taking their second loss today. And Absolute Legends is performing very strong. I can only echo what EMP StarCraft 2 is dead in the chat is saying. AL playing ridiculously well as of recent. And that is true. Truer words have never been spoken. And I'm happy for the guys. I'm very happy for the guys. They beat Na'Vi and they might be just a few minutes they might be just about to beat Team Liquid for their second victory here in the playoffs for the RaidCall EMS 1. So what will Team Liquid do right now? What is the right decision? TC could finish up the Yasha right now, but he's hesitant about it. He maybe just really wants to keep that buyback gold. And AL pressuring the middle. No towers left. Miracle finally even able to afford himself a Ghost Scepter. So even more just stayability and power on the hero. The BKB on Enigma, as I said earlier, is up. Still a full 10-second charge available. Miggle even picked up a Hex yet by now. Eagle Song picked up by Gyro. And Korok in trouble in the middle lane. That was a very bad positioning for him. What was he doing there? I don't know. I mean, Liquid didn't have any vision here, and that was a very risky move by Korok to show up there. Felt too safe with the blink, his Hex, and the phase shift. Gets killed just after he finished his Hex, and this might be the middle Rex gone for Liquid. Here we have Absolute Legends moving up toward the high ground. Tier 3 tower taking so much punishment. The stun from Fluff just missing. Miggle also skewering nothing. Tier 3 drops. Anti-mage. Butterfly up, gets hexed. So he's going to get focused down, but he does have the Aegis. So right now AL will look to initiate. No! Han Solo is even dropping. Alright, finally he goes down. And now AL will go in. Hex onto Fluff. Blink after by Han Solo, and the ulti gets thrown out by Mania, catches two heroes. Magnus whipped his ulti before he died there, but still it don't matter. The Black Hole from Mania was good enough. 3 heroes dead from Team Liquid side. The melee racks actually go down. Boba needs to be careful. Stay back. And AL immediately switching the lanes. They don't care about the range racks in mid, they care about the melee barracks on bottom. Great rotation from AL, seizing their opportunity and making the most out of it. Blinking by Korok. Hex, Miracle, Korok goes down. What a big... Oh man, that's so sad for Liquid. This might be even the third Rax down right now. This might be... Wow. What a game from AL. And guys, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere after this game is over, because I will try to get a quick post-game interview with Mania here. Holy crap. And once I start the interview, if you have any questions for Absolute Legends in general. There's the GG by TC. AL take their second game. They actually, wow, they move on to the LAN finals, I think, after taking out Team Liquid. I think it's 2 victories and then you advance. Wow. Alright, any questions you guys have toward Absolute Legends, let me know in the chat right now. Throw them in there, and I will read them out to Mania as soon as possible. Wow, what a game.
Dire's middle tower
What
has
an
fallen.
upset. Twice in a row here on the second English stream for the RaidCall EMS 1 playoffs. Day number 2. AL beat Na'Vi.
Has fallen.
They beat Team Liquid.
Dire's ancient is under attack.
That is very impressive. Ancient gonna go down here right now. AL just focusing that one.
Radiant
What a strong play by them. Let's have a look at the endgame screen quickly before we move ourselves into the post-game interview if I am able to get that. And then into game number 3 of the night, which will be Kaipi versus Absolute Legends. And that last game might be way more exciting than everyone had anticipated before this match day started. So here's the endgame screen. Unicorn. Only one death, 8 for 1, 719 gold per minute. TC very strong early game, but in the end, not enough. Actually fall off quite a bit toward the later stages of the game. So there we are, guys. AL win their second game out of 2 of the night. And I'm going to end this recording for this game's VOD, but I will start a new one if I'm able to get one of those guys from Absolute Legends on Skype call. So stick with us, guys. Game number 3 and potentially a post-game interview with maybe Mania or someone else in just a few moments' time. So thanks for watching. See you in a bit.